They're here to do the thing, and today we're talking about something very interesting. We're calling it necessary secrets. And we're going to be asking a question in a short while as to if you think there's some secrets that you need to keep, that some are necessary. Usiseme vitu zote, weka zingine. To help us that conversation, we have Roberta Bobby.
What's up?
How is you?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good. I like your earrings.
Thank you. Matching my top and my
Shaz?
Yes.
You doing well?
Missouri?
Yeah. Every day. Hata mimi niko sawa. Progress every day. There you go. Great stuff. Yeah, Mr. Ambogi. There you go. Shatta boy.
Wagwan.
How you feel, man?
Everything Chris, man.
Yeah, man, everything nice.
Thanks.
Good vibes as always. CJ the Sage.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well.
Good to have you.
You look ready to take us to war.
Well, very peaceful man.
That is good to note. Well, today, like I told you, it's about necessary secrets. So, we're going on. There was some conversation that was happening about a week or so ago. People were talking about sort of the secrets that men keep. I saw people talk about secret bank accounts, secret title deeds, secret women, secret children, all of these things. And basically, they're saying, as a man, it was actually # masculinity something Sunday, I think. As a man, there's some secrets that you're supposed to keep, because other ladies have their own secrets as well. So anyway, let's start with CJ.
I was crossing my fingers.
I was like, bring it
CJ, do you think there's some secrets that are necessary to keep if you see inaenda kuumiza mtu?
Well, I think the whole thing is very contextual, because generally, if what you are keeping is going to hurt the other person, somewhere along the line, that hurt is going to come out. If you're keeping it to avoid hurting them, if it is found out, there's still going to be the element of the hurt. I think the thing is, sometimes you keep something because you think they're not ready, not necessarily because you don't want them to know, but because they're not ready. It is very difficult today, Willis, to actually keep secrets.
Yeah.
It is very
difficult. Is it because of the digital era?
Yeah, there's a lot of information that gets out. So somehow, somewhere along the line, information will come out. Whether while you're here or posthumously. Whichever way, the person has still to deal with the fact that something was kept from them. And it becomes a very painful thing. I think it's just because we are not good communicators. That's why we feel the need to keep certain secrets, whether we call them necessary or not. We're just not good communicators. Either we do not know how to bring it out, or we're not sure the other person will receive it well, or we're not ready for the repercussions of giving out the information at that particular point. Because I may have done something, and I want to let you know, but I want you to treat me in a certain way. I don't want you to react. I do not want you to get upset. So I'm already trying to...
Yes, yeah, I was going to say, there are two questions that come up there. One, okay, let me start with the latest one. You said that if you are keeping something from someone because you don't know or you don't want them to react, isn't everybody entitled to some sort of reaction and to deal with it the way...
Yeah. And that's where I talked about, you see, we're poor communicators, because I may not be able to handle how you're going to react, and I want to tell you, but I want to be in control of how you will react as well. I want to tell you that then you need to understand me from the very beginning, that this is why I did what I did, and you're not supposed to get upset, you're not supposed to go mad, you're not supposed to withdraw. So because of all those fears, and because of our incapacity when it comes to matters of communication, we will see the necessity of keeping the secrets.
All right. Well, that's the question of the day before I go to Shaz, Bobby, and Shatta. The question we're asking you today and we want your input on is pretty simple. Do you think there are some secrets worth keeping from your partner? Do you think there's some secrets worth keeping from your partner? The SMS line is 22422. You can text us there, or you can use the hashtag Daybreak, and you can tag at Citizen TV as well. So, Shaz, so when it comes to, if you are having trouble telling somebody something, is it because the foundation wasn't right from the beginning, or is it because it's going to cause some pain?
Well, that's interesting, because
whatever it is that you're doing in a relationship, you've got to be able to ask, is this right for the both of us? And the thing is, we know when things are right and when we know when things are wrong. So if it's going to hurt them, why are you doing it? Why put yourself in a situation to begin with where you have to have a secret? It's very different when you come into a relationship and the two of you meet, and at first you choose, maybe I don't need to let them know my entire body count, you know, the first time I've met them. Maybe there are a couple of things I can keep away as we get to know each other, and then when I feel safe enough, I should be able to tell them who I am, who my family is, history of certain things that have happened in the family. It's crucial for a relationship that you're looking to mature, to make it last. Relationship secrets should not be there because they come to haunt you at some point. If you're going to take on a relationship and say, I'm mature enough to handle this, then you've got to be mature enough not to do certain things and put yourself in situations that are going to go wrong. I feel financially, this is something people should be discussing when they're dating, because, you know, it blindsides so many people when they move in together, and then a lot of the times people end up breaking up because it's only about 30% of relationships that make it to marriage after a year or 3 years of being together. Why don't they make it is because you have certain financial secrets. You've got your extra bank account on the side, you don't trust each other, you don't know if this would work, if it won't, I'm still safe, I've got, you know, a little backing on my side. But the thing is, when you're looking at getting into a relationship together, you're getting in all the way, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, which means if I'm going to hold a secret, then I'm not allowing a full flat foundation for the base of a long-term relationship. And now we're talking to people who want long-term relationships. First of all, the biggest secret you should not be is the fact that you're in a relationship with someone. There's a big difference with, you know, people who say, he won't tell anyone that we're dating. I've not even met his family or his friends and it's been a year. There's a difference with keeping it quiet together. You both have chosen, let's keep this a secret for now. Let's see how we mature. Let's keep our love fresh. And then if it goes somewhere, we can open up and tell the world we're together.
So being private versus being a secret.
Yes,
right?
Because there's some secrets right now where, you know, people are in relationships and they're probably not even in a relationship because somebody's with a couple of people in a relationship and that's why you keep it quiet. Somebody's not given in their full 100% and they keep different financial bank accounts because, you know what, I don't trust you. But then I don't understand, why are we getting into this relationship? If you're going to have secrets, why are you looking at being with someone? There's a difference with, I don't have to explain every single thing I did with an ex. Maybe there'll be a time in my relationship when it matures, I could talk about certain things. There's certain things depending on, the, you know, if someone asks you, they're with you, I want to know about you, I want to know about your past. You know, for women, I want to gauge how I fit in. I want to gauge the competition previously. It's very different to choosing to say, I'm going out with a co-worker and I'm not going to tell you about it. I've gone out and done a couple of things with somebody, I don't want to tell you about it. I'm picking up calls and I'm not telling you about it. If there's a sense of guilt in any secret you have from your partner, something is wrong and you know you are doing something wrong. I had a joke with my husband today morning and I said, this is the topic we're doing. And I was like, do you have secrets from me? And he's like, sometimes, you know, like when I eat a little chili and then it gives me acidity. I won't tell you because I know you'll be upset. And I laughed and I laughed and I said, that's a beautiful secret, but I'm sorry, you don't have to do that. But you know, it's fundamental. Or I have the extra lamb chop, that's good. No, but it's fundamental for a relationship not to have deep secrets because you're going to fall into that rut at some point.
Right. So Shaz says that, you know, you have to gauge when it is safe to kind of bring some of these secrets out. How do you think somebody knows, okay, this is now safe and we can talk about it?
The simplest way to answer that would be that you feel it.
Okay.
You know when you hang around someone and you're much more comfortable being yourself, you know, and it's just mostly in the way you relate, in the way you talk to each other, in the way you feel around them, because energy also doesn't lie. And if you're in a situation whereby you're feeling like you have to hold back, you need to ask yourself questions, because this could be stemming from you, and maybe it has nothing to do with the other person. Maybe it's the way you're not very well versed with communication, and you're not feeling very, very comfortable, because you can find that even maybe you're dating someone and you can't really talk to them, but you have a friend somewhere else and you're able to lay everything bare with them. So the best way for you to know is just check your vibe. How do you feel after hanging out with these people? How do you feel being around them with the energy? Are you feeling drained? Are you feeling, no, I can't tell them, I got a new job, I can't say it to them. Or I have a bank account, I don't want to mention it because it's going to bring this. The moment you feel that, the way Shazmin said, it means there's a problem. So it's something else that's underlying, and you need to start asking yourself questions so that you know how to go about it and how to deal with it. But let me just say first and foremost that if you're in a situation with someone where you consistently feel like you're not comfortable and you cannot come up as yourself, you cannot be honest, you have to consistently keep secrets, then I feel like that's not someone you should be hanging around. There's a reason you don't trust them, whether it's because of you or it's because of them or it's because of the situation. That's something that you should just dead. Because as human beings, you're supposed to be able to feel very, very comfortable around everyone that you hang out with. Even the friends you keep, they're supposed to be people that you can talk to and tell things and share with them and share the good news and the bad news. Whether you need support or advice or you just want someone to listen, you should. That's actually what I do with myself. I try to make sure that everyone I talk to, everyone I hang around, everyone I let into my space, my house, anything that has to do with someone else, it has to be someone that I can be comfortable around. Because I don't want this issues for being scared, oh my God, I told Willis this, or Shazmin knows this about me, or I'm dating someone who knows I have a bank account. I don't want all that extra stress. I don't want to always be checking above my shoulder, you know, this might be happening. That's too much work. So I just feel like it's very important to check your energy every time you're around someone, even your boss, because our bodies know. Our intuitions are very, very heavy. You'll be able to know this boss doesn't like me. So how do I go about this? Or my friend, I cannot tell her these news, so do I stop hanging around her or do I change the things? And if you're hanging around people that have to make you change the kind of person you are, you have to pretend or to lie or to keep secrets, then it's just simpler if you do not be around these people. Surround yourself with people who you actually can be comfortable around. That's the easiest thing. So the easiest way for you to know is just your energy, because you cannot know what someone else's intentions are ever. Whether it's your lover, whether it's your friend, you can never know. So just watch how you feel when you hang around people.
And then you know if it is safe or not. How do you make clear sauti? He's been waiting. Okay, fine, shut up. Before I ask you. Okay, in fact, let me just ask you. So do you think there are some secrets that are necessary, like he usiambiane, and what are the reasons?
Mwanaume ni siri.
Mwanaume ni siri.
Mwanaume ni siri. Wacha nikuambie kitu, it will remain unpredictable to the last minute. Hizo vitu zote ulitaja hapo, tukianza secret bank account, a secret company, a secret house, hata kiwezekana secret child, ni muhimu kwa hizo vitu zote. Sawa sawa. Mimi nakwambia my father to date juzi, like 2 months ago, tulipigiwa simu. Yo guys, by the way, do you know your father had land here? There's like 10 acres of land here. You should come check. Today
we are looking for natafuta place ya Bazotainment. Inakuja tuongee. Yeah.
No, tukapigiwa another, I think 1 year ago, Rambo. You know, he had shares in this company, telecommunication. So mwanaume na hizo siri ni poa. Unajua hii tumedescribe so far is a fairy tale life that we hope should exist. But with the current world we are living in, it does not exist. A few weeks ago here we spoke about people wanting something from a relationship. Not everyone is genuine in it. With the current generation we have today. So if the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior, and in the recent past, relationships are not lasting forever. People are not getting married and staying forever for life. Yes, kuna wale wanakaa ndio, but majority ni wale after 3, 4, 5 years wanaachana. Unaelewa? And when it comes to that, you will need those secrets, whether you like it or not. These are things that will be used against you, unaelewa, because at that moment, common sense flies off the roof, off the window, the doors, everywhere.
Off the
So
hinges.
whatever it is that you said will be used against you.
But let me ask, so, and I'll go back to Shaz because you said and I think also CJ said it, like you have to kind of course you don't want to go in the beginning, first date, boom, I got 6 illegitimate children. I have this and this and this and this. You don't want to go and do that, right? So,
Point of correction.
okay, there's nothing like
Yeah,
illegitimate.
no
Okay, yeah, all legitimate. They're all legitimate, right? I got 6 children, wenye ni wangu, na ni wangu, right? Sorry. So then, how do you gauge? Because how again would somebody feel, let's say 5 years into the relationship or marriage, and they say, oh, by the way, I have a kid who is 6 years old, for example. So then they'll calculate, say, 6 years old, I've known you for 5 years. So, yeah, so how do you know?
You see, when you're building a relationship, right? You're starting with putting chain by chain together. So you form a link. Each link is built on trust. When you come in the middle of a relationship that has built fundamental trust, and you come and say, I've got a child that's 6 years old, the person you're telling is not hearing, I've got a child that's 6 years old. They are hearing, what else have you not told me?
Right.
Where else are you lying to me? You have broken everything I feel we've built, and it's sabotage now. Where do we even begin? Can I trust you? You go and question the whole relationship as an entity altogether. I feel there's some fundamental truths that have to be said if you feel this is somebody I want to spend the rest of my life with. What is your health condition like? Do you suffer from mental illness? Are you struggling with an alcoholic addiction, with a drug addiction or not? What is your family background like? I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a time when, you know, our parents and their parents were getting married. Families used to do background checks on each other's families. It was for a reason. It was so that when you marry into that family, we know you go into a good family. You grow up in a beautiful family as your children will grow up. You see, this generation, I feel, is torn. And the reason I feel it's torn is because I really understand the culture of the men and the women, you know, here in Africa. But at the same time, women are getting exposed to, I want more. I want a beautiful relationship. I want something healthy. I want something that lasts. And then you do have amazing men that are saying, I want a beautiful relationship. I want to be with someone for the rest of my life. But I'm also scared to be able to say that because what if? But at the end of the day, if you follow certain fundamental ways to even find yourself in a relationship like that, it doesn't go wrong. Mo and I will have a 20-year relationship. Why doesn't it go wrong now? Because there's knowledge, you follow it, you listen to it, you respect it, you build upon it. You don't sabotage it because there's so many other options out there. That's this generation right now. The minute it gets hard, I'm going to go out where the grass seems greener instead of putting in the work to water the grass and make it greener here. And I feel there's that conflict because people want beautiful, healthy relationships. People watch these shows because, you know what, it's possible for me to have that. I'm going to recognize when I get off the show that I'm probably in a relationship that's full of secrets. Heck, I'm the secret myself, you know? My partner hasn't introduced me to anybody. And that's the point of this show, is it's showing me that there's possibility out there. If you're with somebody that makes you question who you are, makes you question the stability of your future, something's too wavy there. Something needs to be set right, and either a conversation needs to be had on do we have a future together, because I want a future, and it starts there.
And CJ, so before we get to some of the feedback as well, also like Shaza said, so there's that traditional aspect. When she mentioned that, I remember some of the things people used to be told back then. You're told as a man, lazima uko na a secret bank account because you need it for, quote unquote, a rainy day. Fast forward to days, you have to have a secret bank account because she's going to take all your money. And you need to have your own money as well in case you want to bail out. Let me not go to the corrupt leaders who steal a lot because you need money for the court. Anyway, yeah, so still in context. what is that? We've always talked about the changing roles because of how society is also shifting, but some people are keeping. Are we keeping some of the old and just kind of modifying them to feel good or to stay safe?
See, there's really nothing new. The social behavior of human beings will generally be the same over time. We will have technology, we'll nearly have the same behavior. We still want to connect. No matter how we will say that today we're in a digital age, we spend so much time around each other, only that we do that around gadgets. The gadgets have never taken away the need to connect with other people. That's why we follow up each other's stories. We want to know what's happening in Willis's life. In fact, the gossip industry is doing so well. I mean, the reason social media does so well is because people want to know things about other people. In the older days, they would hang out with each other, ask questions, visit each other, get to know how each other is doing. So we are basically the same, but in a different age with different abilities and capabilities as well. So when it comes to things like, the keeping of the secret accounts, I think that is not even necessary. I think you need to communicate the need for you having your accounts. See, we can't use the model of Shatter's father, because getting to know that...
Shout out to Mr. Maunda.
More like.
You can imagine if somebody didn't call, there will be a wasted 10 acres somewhere. If there's no genuine person to actually call you and say your father owned this and your father had this, you may get to about 30, 40 years down the line and never really know what your father had. And that is not fair to the children as well. So he may have had good intentions, but then sometimes good intentions are not enough. There's so many people whose properties go back to the government, money taken back to the government because nobody knew that this person had this money. And sometimes their children are suffering for lack of just basics. People can't even take themselves for medication. Somebody may have left a spouse who cannot treat themselves and left some millions in the account, which then will go back to asset recovery and stuff like that. So I don't think that is really necessary. If there's need, you can draw some boundaries. You can say, look, I have an account, but this is my account for a rainy day, and we're not going to touch it until there's a need. I think that is a better way than trying to keep it a secret.
If that happens, then if I'm going to think what Shatta would think, is that if that happens, if you say that I have this account, but it's only for a rainy day, what if your rainy days are different? And then sasa sema hii ni account yako ya wale watu, hii ni ya mademi, mbona tuitumie and we need the money. How do you assess need?
You're two adults.
Yeah.
You're two adults in this thing. Nobody's putting a gun on your head and forcing you to pull the money out. Just like you would have other discussions.
Right.
And even if it were a joint account.
Yeah.
Wrong woman.
Exactly.
See, even if you had a joint account, you still have to have discussions around the withdrawals from the joint account, the expenditure.
Yes.
Now, why would it be so difficult for you to say, I don't think that would warrant me to go into that account and pull the money? I think that is something we can work out from somewhere else. Why would that be so difficult? Why must it be a secret? Is it that you are somebody who cannot stand for themselves? Is it that you want to...
You want peace. You don't want violence.
But peace is not the absence of war. Peace is you finding rest. I think it gets back to the place of we are poor communicators with us. We are poor communicators where we cannot communicate the need to do certain things without feeling manipulated. And this is how we operate even in friendships. That's why instead of just telling somebody I'm not available for you now, we would rather have gray ticks on WhatsApp, because we feel if they see the blue tick, they'll know that I have read their message and I don't know how to ignore their message. So we're always running away from ourselves. We would rather hide than face people and say, look, I'm not coming, I'm not available, I can't give you the money. So we'd rather lie.
Especially I can't give you the money.
We'd rather lie. Because we are not training ourselves to actually be free, so we get bound. When I see Shatta and I know he needed money from me, I would rather run or lie or create a story instead of just saying, look, I'm not able to give you money now. And I don't have to explain myself why, unless it is money I owe him. So we generally have got to train ourselves to become better communicators, because then it puts us in a place where we are free to be ourselves.
All right, let's take some feedback here. Take a look at what people are talking about there as we process what Sichi has said. All right, a viewer, you didn't leave your name. You say, yes, there are some secrets that must not be revealed to your partner because when you do, fire will consume you. Yanini sasa, it's better umwambie than agundue kwa watu, as it is, no secrets lasts forever. Kuna siri ya watu wawili. Geoffrey Wakiabu, close friends have nothing to hide. Secrecy is out of fear, uncertainty, and selfishness. If you love and trust your partner, spill out everything. Don't fear to be judged unless you're not with a serious, committed friend. Harrison Lagat from Kipsiwon in Bomet says, I think it's wrong to keep secrets from your partner. A life example is that I know of a woman who had a child before marriage, then a certain person married her without informing him that she had a child. After some years, the man realized that akona kaboy kwao, then akadivorce. Ingekuwa poa, angemshow ndio waelewane. Guess what Shaz was talking about? Now you're like, okay, if you're lying about this, how many things did you lie about? I just didn't feel right being in a relationship with someone I dated, but unfortunately I got pregnant. I have not yet told him I'm pregnant, and I'm almost 5 months gone into pregnancy. Do I need to tell him? I guess we'll stop there first and ask that question. What do you think, Bobby? Do you think amwambie ama what happens?
Oh man, that's so heavy.
Yeah.
She didn't feel right being in a relationship with him?
Yeah, from the beginning. And she got pregnant.
You know, a kid is not, it's not something small. It's not something you can hide or wish away or, you know, unless you decide otherwise. But I think she needs to find it in herself, because this is a shared responsibility, whether he's going to be in the picture or not. I think it would be nice if she just talked about it and just came clean about the whole thing. But
probably
it has
phrase
to be
it that way, I guess.
Yeah.
Would that be the beginning? Like, already when we started, I wasn't exactly into you that way, but this is what we're going through right now. What do we do?
Oh, a child is something so huge. That's not something I think you should ever keep a secret. Because you also cannot do it alone. You need a society behind you. You need all the help you can get. You need all the consciousness you need. And there's this thing women do whereby they do not like sometimes to include the man for whatever reason. Maybe you guys broke up or, you know, you don't want him in your life anymore. But a child, this is shared responsibility. Whether you want him in your life or not, whatever decision you come to in the end, just let them know, and then they'll decide what they want to do after that. But it has to be when you're extremely comfortable and you're ready.
Because she says she's 5 months.
Oh, so that's real
quite
far along.
The baby's innocent and it deserves a chance to get to know its father no matter what. There's nothing worse than a child growing up and feeling, you know, my parent didn't want me versus nobody told my parent about me. Every child deserves.
All right.
I'm going to say something that
go ahead.
may not sit very well with a lot of people today, but see, if you have doubts about somebody and a relationship, then you need to hold back from things like intimacy. You don't just throw yourself into it. I think that you're supposed to give your body in a place where you feel you've given your soul. And there's that exchange. That would solve a bit more of problems where we keep on hearing people 2 months into pregnancy or 3, and then they don't feel each other. They want to leave. I get so many of those kind of things in the inbox where somebody will be like 2 months down the line, then they don't feel anything, and then somebody's already pregnant. They don't know where to go. Somebody doesn't want them in their house. They just went in and started living together. I think it would be good enough as well. Give yourself time. Well, you'll always have this urge to do certain stuff, but just give yourself time.
Give yourself some time, all right? Yes, Shatta. No, see, no, did I not just say yes, Shatta? Yes, Shatta, say mando. Tuende kwa feedback,
Huyo auntie ame-preempt kwa nataka kusema.
Okay.
Kwa this current generation, sawa. Okay, let me speak for the ghetto then. Most marriages start from a pregnancy. You know, you're with someone, you got pregnant, and now you have to get married because you fear your family, you don't want to be alone, and you decide then let's get married. You see, most of our marriages, they get to start with a pregnancy. So these secrets are bound to be there because what brought you together was a circumstance, not the love you're talking about, not the companionship. It is a circumstance that brought you together, and now you have to stay together like that. Unaelewa? So easy siri ziko na zitaisha leo unless hizi marriages ziache kuanza vile zinaanza. Unaget, if marriages were to be ideal and start from weddings and we love each other, friendship and love and everything, then you wouldn't need secrets. But right now it is enyewe ni kugwana kwetu ndauliwa, umeniharibia maisha. Okay, tukia tukae. Unaona? So hizi siri yeye mwenyewe hakuwa ready kuwa na wewe but amekuja juu yako na ball. Wewe mwenyewe uko ready kuwa na yeye but amekuja juu umemweka ball. Unaanza kuishi. Unaelewa? So unakaaga ukijiambia siku moja tu. Na tena ni saini single parents wangapi wako kwa hii society? Kibao. Unaelewa? Hizo marriages zimefail. Unaelewa? So hata yeye akikuja kwa hii relationship, akona bado trauma ya previous relationship. Kuna vitu hata kuambia. Unaelewa? Na kila mtu anakaa kwa relationship akijuaga what if kesho hatuko pamoja. So watu wanaishi information on a need to know basis.
And sometimes they don't need to know.
Yes, I need to tell you this, I tell you. You don't need to know this, this is classified information. Hujafika your level bado. This is above your level. Uambiwi, and that is how you're living to date. Unaelewa? But for this girl picking, mwenye msema kwa na ball ya 5 months, should have told that guy like yesterday. Unajua kwa nini? Hujamwambia muishi na yeye.
And what if she's asked why are you coming now?
No, si ndo nakwambia sasa. Ndo naambia it was she's already too late. Umwambie muishi na yeye but just know niko na ball. Unaelewa? Hii information, it is unfair to the guy and it is unfair to her as well. Just let him know that yo, I got pregnant but I don't want anything to do with you. Unaelewa?
If that's what she wants.
Maybe tomorrow brings. Maybe tomorrow she will be all in her feelings and feeling the guy. You know, she's going back and the guy like, yo, umepigwa character development uniletea ball sio yangu. Mnaanza mambo ya
Samwambie tu mapema. All right now if she can. Right, and if you need any more advice for whoever wrote that, because you didn't leave your name, you can always reach out to any one of us. Some more feedback here. Jacob_Abere. Absolutely yes. This is the response to the question if there's some secrets you need to keep. Example, if you are a witch, keep it to yourself. Let her or him get from somewhere. If you say it, later it might be used to cage you. If you are a witch, Jacob, with a name like Jacob, you are encountering witches. Suffer not, I wish to live. Engineer Lazaro, ladies are the ones keeping secrets of even their daily routine lives from their spouses. This is interesting, and I'll ask that question in a few about that. I am DJ Skyboy. Secrets are necessary for a relationship to work effectively. Even Jesus, CJ will tell us, held back secrets about his disciples. He knew Judas would betray him, but he never told, okay, for this one. Alimwambia hapo kwa acha kumwambia Judas ndio ajipange. Si alisema hapo mwenye atadip na mimi ndio atanibetray.
Lakini akusema ni Judas.
Si wakadip alafu Judas akaskip.
You remain vague with your information.
There is no way you can trust women. As a man, you must have some secrets which are known by you and only you, because the day it will explode, you'll regret being born. Wow. That's the last one. All right, for now, so remember, it is 22422 and the hashtag is Daybreak. Now, something that has come up there, apart from the witches, is that thing where most men feel, assumed or not, that women are better at keeping secrets and have secrets, and therefore I must have a secret. What do you think about that, Shaz?
Well, I just feel, first of all, as devil's advocate, right?
Right.
So if a woman's keeping a secret, what kind of secret is she keeping? Is it, if it's an affair, that is like a no-go zone. If it's secrets of her daily routine, like he said, could it be that maybe she felt at some point you weren't interested enough in listening to what her daily routine is? So did she just feel the need to not tell you anymore because maybe you're bored, maybe you don't listen? What I would tell someone in a situation like that is, if she's not talking to you and you want to know more about her daily routine, sit down, find the time and say, what did you do today? I'd love to know what happened at work. What are your friends doing? Where did you go after? Because you want to be more in her life and there's a reason she's withdrawn from you. So daily routine doesn't seem like...
What about those who, for example, will keep a secret because I know that this man is not as responsible as he should be. Maybe he has a problem, like you said, alcoholism or something. So I'm going to keep this secret account just so that my kids, like my school fees and stuff, are paid. I don't want to tell him about this money that I made, because if I tell him, he's going to ask for it and he's going to drink it.
But, you know, honestly, in situations like that, I actually encourage women to do that because they are really stuck. I mean, you know, when an alcoholic is drinking and his life is suffering, so is the life of every single person involved. And when the whole world falls on a woman's shoulder and you've got to pay rent, keep your kids in school, buy food, just emotionally even find space for yourself as well to be there for your children and yourself, it's really hard. And so you're going to have that account. I think that's brilliant because it's a different circumstance. If you tell him, he's going to tap into that for the wrong reasons. That is your security. That's your buffer. You need that. And you know, women who are in that sort of abuse, they need to get more empowered to start earning and putting money aside. It's not to be mean, it's not to be malicious, but it's to start also having a backup for yourself because the situation's not right. Because relationships like that don't have this depth of an education to say, first of all, what does an ideal relationship look like? What you're in, what you're getting into is not the ground or the foundation for an ideal relationship long run. But people don't know this. You know, they just, it's love, it feels great in the beginning, and then I'm pregnant, and then I find out things about you, and that's the norm we seem to run with. But culture has to change. That's why these programs are there. So you start to get educated on what does a healthy relationship look like? What does the right dating look like? What's the right woman? What's the right man? And it slowly starts to change because you can see people are hungry for that, as opposed to just living life the way it's consistently thrown at them. That's exhausting. So you want a better life, then you watch programs like this, then you get educated, then you go and read books, because that's what you want. That's the standard you want to hit. So women who have these little accounts, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, if they, so other, oh, sorry.
Hakuna. Unaona? You see? Hakuna. Sasa, wakati in our favor is okay.
But
when it's not favoring the man, let me ask you.
But even,
we've said this man is alcoholic.
Yes.
Do you know there are women that are maniolic? There's a word like that. That if they know you have this money, they will want to spend it. They will want it spent. There is no necessity.
Yes.
Like
they just want to spend the money.
Just want this money spent.
Correct.
Just the way an alcoholic just want to take your money and go take alcohol. Sindio? Anataka tu itumiwe hiyo pesa. Tununulie nguo mpya, tununuliage nguo. Let's change these seats. Let's buy a new TV.
Yes.
Why? Because you have the money. Unaget? Again, if this woman keeps this secret, okay? Yeah. And one day the alcoholic finds out, what's going to happen? Probably they'll separate, isn't it? Then why not separate now before keeping the secret? Because there's no good sin. Sin is sin. But
what about the other?
You kept it. You see, a man will keep a secret for that rainy day that you are talking about. Sindio? It is a good thing you are trying to do, a good intention. But you said good intentions are not enough. See, that's what we said while starting. That good intentions are not enough. Even for the woman keeping that secret for the children, and you treating the man as an external force, already it's not good enough. That is a good intention, but it does not sit well with everyone.
Shatta, have you been around an alcoholic?
Look, I have been around a maniolic. And I know what I'm telling you, and I've been also around an alcoholic. You know, this is it. If we are agreeing to keeping secrets, we cut across. Everyone has a reason why they do it. Okay? And if you're keeping a secret to be malicious, then that is wrong. You see? But if you're keeping a secret because you think, I need to do this for the security of my family, then if we are agreeing here, that is okay. Then it is okay, cuts all across. Okay? Tusiache, unajua society siku hizi zile vitu mwanaume ziko kusema mwanaume zinaitwa mbaya, anaambua achana nazo. Zile za favor madam ziko best. Unaona? Hapo ndo tunantroll.
But what about, there's something here that I think CJ said.
Yeah.
Okay, what was it? Let's see. Let's see if it is the same thing.
CJ said about you have to, if you're dealing with such women, you have to be confident in yourself to be able to draw boundaries and to be firm with your decisions. Because you cannot compare alcoholism to a money-hungry, toxic woman. Alcoholism is an actual disease because you don't even have to be in bad terms with the person.
Have you seen people go to therapy because of money addiction?
Yeah, I'm not downplaying money issues. I'm just saying with alcoholism, si lazima mkwe mmekosana. Inaweza kuwa mimi na wewe na mini alcoholic. Na unanipenda na tunapendana na tuko poa, but alcoholism ina destroy life yangu. So it's not that you hate me and I'm horrible to you and you have to cut me off from the finances and stuff. It's just that you love me, so you care. You still have that care.
But if you care, you take me to hospital. I am sick.
You can do.
Alcoholism is a disease. Take me to hospital. Don't cut me off.
That's not cutting off, though. That's I'm still with you because I love you, and it's so hard to leave an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Because especially for women who are so emotionally inclined, you feel who will take care of him, what will happen, and then at some point the concern of your immediate needs. Your children need to be fed, they need to be in school, you've got to pay rent. Sometimes
life is still moving on. Yeah.
Also, how many times an alcoholic tries to get over alcohol, goes for AA. But when Shata's saying these toxic women that you're with, that are with you, pushing you for money, that's a very different conversation to have now, to say, should I even be with a woman like that? Because the minute I'm making an income, you want a woman to be able to say, hey, we'll live life the way it is. What are our goals? Why are we saving money? Do we want to do a business together? That's a healthy relationship around money. But a man that feels I have to hide money because the minute the woman I have knows I have that money and she's going to go out and spend it, that's a red flag in a relationship.
Right.
And for a woman, like, I feel you need to be able to put her in her place and say, like, I'm the man, I'm earning, this is the money I'm bringing home, I have good intentions for the money, but the way you're behaving is going to force me to start not telling you that I have money.
Right.
So let's communicate this and sort this out now.
Yeah.
All right, we have some more feedback that's coming in. We want to cover as much as we can. Secrets are safe with you. It's a view. You didn't leave your name. Secrets are safe with you only. You tell someone and someday they will use it against you, so keep secrets to yourself. Another one say, no need for secrets at all. Nilimshow my boyfriend I have 2 kids at the beginning and we ended up married. He took me to be truthful and honest. All right. Big up yourself, Mr. 2 Kids, whoever you are. Secrets ni poa as a man. I don't see any need of exposing your privacy, even to your partner. Another one, being a man, being a man is not how many things you know. It's about what you hide. What? As a man, you must have a secret. Steve Macau from Earth River. I think people should understand the difference between secrets and privacy. If someone decides to keep a secret, he or she knows if I reveal this, it will destroy something in the relationship, e.g. trust, joy, and intimacy. Privacy, on the other hand, it doesn't destroy even when revealed, but you can't keep something private from your spouse. And then Imande Omuse, the only person who can handle anything about you is you. The moment you tell anyone, it will be used against you and you will suffer for the rest of your life. Women never forget Ndovo Niku. Believe me, you will be reminded for your entire life. And 2, I don't know if that means pia ukienda huko juu. Oh, 2, marriage is not permanent. Okay, I thought that your entire life and 2, so you'll be reminded here and after mukekutana in the afterlife. You'll be like, you remember you did this? Anyway, so from the comments you've seen, there are different reasons. I think it's a society thing. Men seem to think it's okay to have some sort of, it's like a general thing, even from the small sample of the SMSs that we're getting. What would you say to that?
I think this whole thing is a coping mechanism. Men do not know how to really get into an intimate relationship where trust is required and loyalty. So they'd rather act like they really don't care. But the truth is they do. That's why they keep getting into relationships every day. So they would rather act like they've got no feelings for it, and the relationship will end tomorrow, and you cannot trust a woman, and you can't do all of this. All of that stuff, Willis, all of that stuff, it's a whole charade. They do care, but they don't know how to. They don't know how to really trust, and they fear getting heartbroken. So instead of dealing with and facing the pain that comes with that, people will put up all of these things. When you hear what they mostly say, and if you hear what Shatta talks about as well, it is the thing about you don't know whether this will last. You see, when you come into something from the point of fear, you will never really thrive in it. You need to come into it having released yourself, even if it lasts for 2 years, but it will be the best 2 years you have had at that particular point. Because the truth is, nothing is permanent. I mean, we're not going to be here forever, but we still live life. You know, you go to work and you do your best. There's no promise that you will work there forever, but you still do that. You buy a car, you enjoy it. You don't say the car won't last, so I'm not driving it today. I'm not sure whether it will break down on the road. You live the moment.
Yeah.
There are certain things that you live the moment. You give your best. If it doesn't work, you learn the lessons. If it works, well, that's good enough. So I think people need to move away from this fear that they have, that they're hiding, and building up some coping mechanisms for and defense mechanism for, and just go into life. Release yourself. If you cannot trust somebody, don't be with them. Why are you going to be spending your nights with somebody you don't trust? Why are you going to be so vulnerable at that particular point with somebody you don't trust? So if you really think they're the kind of person that they are, what if they take you out in the night? I always talk about this, like when you're sleeping and totally vulnerable, what if they take you out? See, when it gets to a relationship and a marriage, that is too deep for you to allow anybody. Politicians won't allow just anybody to come around their circle. Kings won't allow everybody to be in their palaces. Why would you allow somebody on your bed whom you don't trust? I think that's just too huge. So we need to deal with our trust issues. And then we need to deal with how we perceive life. And we need to allow ourselves to win and lose and keep picking ourselves and going on without even projecting it on other people. Yeah.
All right, well, see, our time is spent and we have a few minutes.
Can I add on to what CJ said?
Yes, I just want to say, as you add on and as you wrap up with your final comments, also, you know, since this is the last show of the year, that you can also, you know, wish people well. So we'll start with you, Shatta Boy, and then Roberta.
Kwa hivi, if truly we want an equilibrium, and we want, okay, kizungu wachana nayo. Nimewapeleka mbali.
Hapo kwa equilibrium.
If truly we want a level playing field.
Right.
Okay, society needs to make it not okay for women to keep secrets. It starts with money. These all secrets stem from money. That you say this is my money is our money and your money is your money. Already if you're keeping your money and they were saying it's your money, that is a secret because I don't know how you're spending it. And if I ask you, I'll be called childish or insecure or not man enough if I ask you about your money. Unaelewa? If you don't want secrets, let's make every playing field equal. When we get into this one, unapataga 10,000, mimi napataga 30,000. Ndio hiyo ni 40,000, tunatumia pamoja. Unaona? But people are not ready for that conversation where unaambia dem leta doo yako na mimi nilete yangu. Unaelewa? If you do that, then we will not keep secrets. Unaelewa? We keep this money secrets because we know if this ends up breaking up, on your side utakuwa already unaenda to start from a plus because you've been keeping your money and we've been spending mine. That is why we want to keep some money away to avoid that. Unaelewa? But if we decide let's bring our money together, isn't going to staisha. And again, these secrets there is no secret that you keep, but you don't do that thing that you're keeping as a secret you didn't do alone. Say it's a company you started. Of course there was a process. Other people were involved. Just that this information is not with your partner but it is with someone else. Unaelewa? If you feel you need to involve your partner in this information, then well and good. And at the end of the day, wewe ndo unajua mtu wako. Unaona eh? You live with them but you've seen the red flags but you don't want to walk away. You know your person, so you know the level at which you will disclose things or not. Unaelewa? Umekaa na umejua huyu wangu anapenda pesa. Sitamwambia kuna hii pesa. Huyu wangu ananificha hii, pia mimi namficha hii. Unaona? Huyu wangu anifichagi kitu. So pia mimi namwambia kila kitu. Because you're not a mad person. Unaelewa? Yeah. Moving forward, my boy child munaji now, okay? Anyway, shukrani sana. Imekuwa mwaka moja amazing, imekuwa na challenges kibao sana mazee from COVID, biashara za watu kuanguka, sasa ndio watu wanajipika. So kama wewe una feel Mungu amekubariki kidogo uko well off. Ukiona best yako pale ana struggle and you can help, make sure pia wewe hii holiday umefanya ya mtu ikakuwa better ama mtu akaenjoy tu. Unaelewa eh? Let's share where you can.
Okay. Bobby.
Just to kind of reinforce what CJ said, from the responses that we got, I feel like we're leading relationships with fear. We have that fear for, I don't want them to figure me out, I don't want them to know me as I am. I cannot show up as myself. And this is what is holding us back from making grand decisions about, can I be honest? Can I tell this person who I really am? And can I just show them love and be vulnerable around them? And this hinders us from feeling our emotions and being honest about our emotions. And at the end of the day, we're human beings. These emotions are always going to be there. We're always going to feel them, and we want to share them, whether intentionally or they just come out. So let's stop leading our lives with fear. Let's stop being scared about what if this relationship ends, what if they find this out, they don't want to be friends with me. When you show up as yourself, the people who deserve you and the people who deserve to be in your circle, they will follow you and they will find you. Whether you're scared or whether whatever you want to talk about is very vulnerable, your crowd will always find you. So let's have a bit more hope, and let's have more faith in relationships and friendships, and let's allow ourselves to feel our emotions so that we're able to be honest with them and we're able to have better communication. And I just love how this show has progressed from the beginning, and I can tell even within ourselves, we have improved our communication with each other, we have improved our confidence, we have improved being vulnerable and being able to talk about some things on live television, and that's huge. So I think, please, 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 let's keep doing this. Let's keep, even outside there with our friends, let's keep building our relationships on honesty and trust so that we're able to show it up for each other as we are, and we're able to love each other more. And I'm so grateful for being able to be on this panel and to have this opportunity to be able to share my knowledge and to learn more as the days go by. And it's been amazing. I'm very, very happy, very excited for 2022. And everyone at home, you guys, please, please listen to the things we say. It's very hard to put what we say in practice, and I promise you we are doing the same thing. We do not have everything figured out. We do not know everything. Ata sisi, I advice pia music hapa nenda ku practice uko nje. And sometimes it's very difficult, but so far so good.
All right, I can hear the music, and so very briefly.
Very quick, I just want to say thank you for having me on your screens. I think the biggest, most important relationship truly to work on is the one with yourself. So spend the rest of the year, think about the relationships you're in, not only the intimate ones, the ones with your friends, people around you. Think about the boundaries you need to draw. Think about, do they drain you, do they not? And put yourself first. Self-love is so important. The minute you value yourself and you know your worth, immediately you will know if you're in the right relationship or not, because you choose you. And when you choose you, the person that loves you the most will choose you exactly the way you are. Yeah. It has been a pleasure. Have a beautiful Christmas. Have an amazing New Year, and I cannot wait to see you next year. Come into my DM if you ever need help, support, or just a friend.
CJ?
Well, I'm not sure that Shazmin will like what will be happening in her DM.
It's so full already.
But it's been amazing just being here with the panel, coming in every Tuesday, looking forward to every Tuesday, you know, just sharing the thoughts over here. Sometimes scary, because then I go back home and I know that my wife was watching. and probably what I was advising is something I'm yet to do. So it really holds us to account as well. But it's just been so amazing. Hope that you will be very intentional about your life, 2022, things that matter to you. You will be intentional about those. If you want to be in a relationship, be intentional about that. Don't let fear hold you back. Everything that you get to do, you will learn. That everything you know right now, you learned it somewhere. So you learn to communicate, you learn to trust, you learn to just build yourself. You can always learn. That's why we've got these conversations over here. You can always learn. You try it. The initial stages of starting something are not very easy, very uncomfortable most of the time. But if you keep doing that, you keep getting better at it. So even just sharing your emotions and your thoughts, your fears, your anxieties, your desires, your hopes and aspirations, you can keep learning that. You may get some reactions sometimes, but that's okay. It's part of the growing, curve. So have yourself a very good December holiday. If you will have holidays, enjoy. Make sure that you do the things that mean so much to you. Very important things. Take some time off, take a break, rest, breathe, and wait for the next year with great great hope and expectation. We'll see you then.
All right, well, me bado nitakuwa hapa hadi Friday tutaongea more, but like anyway, I'd like to say a big thank you for